A teenager tells his dad, "You don't do anything for me." As a father of four, Carey Casey, author and CEO of the National Center for Fathering, knows that's just not true. Here he is on Today's Father.
Those teenage years can be challenging for fathers, right? Our kids are old enough and smart enough to think they have it all together and know what's what, but in reality, there's still a lot they don't really understand. As an example, we heard from a dad named Aaron, whose 14-year-old son said, "You're the worst dad ever. You don't do anything for me." It was an impulsive statement in the heat of the moment, but that's the kind of thing a dad doesn't forget. So here's what Aaron did. He gave his son an invoice for all the money he has spent on his son during his life. He itemized equipment and team costs for 4 different sports, trips and vacations, clothing, school supplies, toys, computers, food, and on and on. He also listed dad's hours, but as he said, there's no price on those. The total was just under $850,000. I don't know how accurate that is, but I'm guessing it's pretty close. And I also don't know if it had the desired effect. There's probably a chance the young man's instant reaction was to be more angry and defensive. And I'm not necessarily recommending Aaron's parenting strategy, but the story confirms that many teenagers don't appreciate what they have. In response, dads want to defend ourselves and teach our kids a lesson. One option would be to take away a privilege until he changes his attitude. After all, that's how the real world works. If he smarts off to his boss someday, there will be consequences. That's a lesson worth teaching. But there's a balance to that also. As adults, we have a long-term perspective. We know that a few years down the road, young people get a bit wiser and realize how dedicated their parents were and are. So sometimes it makes sense just to smile, maintain self-control, and continue to do what's best for him, since you know he'll grow out of this immature point of view. As dads, we have to find that balance between teaching him a lesson and maintaining our poise. Sometimes we do need to bring about tough consequences and teach them important lessons. Other times, we can just smile. Remember that they're good kids for the most part, and they'll figure it out. Hang in there, Dad. It's all worth the effort. This is Carey Casey for Today's Father.
To get our free ebook for dads, The 5 Things Every Kid Must Get from Dad, just visit fathers.com. Again, that's fathers.com. Or you can call 800-593-DADS. Thanks for listening, Dad, and keep up the good work.